Winning is not about where you start. It's about what's going on inside your mind when everything around you seems against you. Your mindset is the foundation of every victory you will ever experience. The truth is, life doesn't care about your background, your past failures, or your circumstances. It responds to your mentality, your decision to keep pushing when others quit, to see opportunity when others see obstacles, and to believe in yourself when the world tells you it's impossible. The difference between those who win and those who lose isn't luck. It's the way they think when the pressure is on. When your mindset is strong, your circumstances can't break you. They only shape you. Most people wait for the perfect conditions to begin. They say, when I have more time, I'll start. When things calm down, I'll commit. When the opportunity comes, I'll act. But the truth is, those moments never come. Winners don't wait for the right time. They create it. They understand that mindset comes before movement. You have to see yourself winning before you start winning. You have to talk like a winner, walk like a winner, and think like a winner long before the results ever show up. Because success doesn't start on the outside. It starts in your mind. Your mind is a battlefield. And every day you're fighting two voices, one that says, you can't, and one that says, you can't. The one you listen to will determine the life you live. You can have talent, but if your mindset is weak, your talent will never take you far. You can have resources, but if you don't believe in yourself, you'll waste every opportunity. But if your mindset is right, if you wake up every morning with a conviction that says, no matter what comes my way, I will find a way to win, then nothing can stop you. Because when your thoughts are aligned with your purpose, your actions will follow and your results will begin to reflect that belief. Think about every great champion in history. They all faced challenges, setbacks, and failures. What separated them wasn't that they had fewer problems, but that they refused to let those problems control their thoughts. When you have a winning mindset, adversity becomes fuel. Pain becomes power. Every loss becomes a lesson. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this trying to teach me? That shift in mindset is what transforms average people into extraordinary achievers. When life gets tough, most people break down, but winners break through. They've trained their minds to stay calm in chaos, to see light in the darkest situations. They don't waste energy complaining or comparing. They stay focused on the mission because they know mindset determines motion. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. And that's where your power lies, in your response, in your attitude, in your decision to rise when everything tells you to fall. There will be days when your circumstances look hopeless. You'll face rejection, pain, and disappointment. You'll question whether it's even worth it. In those moments, it's your mindset that will carry you through. Remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself that storms don't last forever, but strong people do. Tell yourself, I've been through worse and I'm still standing. I've been knocked down before, but I got back up. I may be tired, but I'm not finished. That's the voice of a winner. That's the mindset that creates champions. You have to protect your mind from negativity like your life depends on it, because it does. The people you hang around, the content you consume, the words you speak to yourself all influence your mindset. Feed your mind with strength, not doubt. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow, not those who comfort your excuses. Read things that inspire you. Listen to voices that push you to be better. You cannot think like a loser and live like a winner. You must train your mind every single day to see the best, to believe in the best, and to expect the best. At the end of the day, your mindset determines your motion, and your motion determines your result. Winners don't have easy lives. They have powerful minds. They wake up every day with a choice to let their circumstances define them or to define their circumstances. And every single day they choose to win in their mind first. That's why no matter what happens, they rise again. Because once you believe you can win, your actions will follow, your energy will shift, and your life will begin to transform. So stop waiting for things to get easier. Start strengthening your mindset. Because the moment you say, I will win, your circumstances lose their power and your destiny begins to unfold. Discipline is the secret weapon of every champion. It's what separates dreamers from doers, the successful from the almost successful. Talent might get you started, but discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades. Anybody can be excited at the beginning, when the goal is fresh, when the energy is high, when the vision is clear. But the real question is, will you still show up when you're tired, when you're uninspired, when nobody's watching? Because that's where winners are made. In those quiet moments of consistency that nobody sees. Discipline is not glamorous, but it's powerful. It's doing what you said you do long after the mood you said it in has left you. Every person who has ever accomplished something great learned one simple truth: success isn't built in one big moment. It's built through small, Consistent actions over time. Discipline is choosing progress over pleasure. It's waking up early when you want to sleep in. It's putting in work even when you don't feel like it. It's saying no to distractions that don't serve your purpose. The world is full of talented people who never reach their potential because they lack discipline. They start strong but can't finish. They talk big but don't follow through. But the disciplined person, they might not be the most gifted, but they are relentless. They are steady. They are unstoppable. Discipline is a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows stronger the more you use it. Every time you choose to stay consistent when it's hard, you're training your mind to endure. You're teaching yourself that you are in control, not your emotions, not your comfort, not your circumstances. When you develop discipline, you take back your power. You stop being a slave to your feelings and start being the master of your focus. The truth is, motivation is temporary, but discipline is permanent. Motivation might get you started on Monday, but discipline gets you through every other day when motivation is nowhere to be found. Think about it. Success doesn't come to the most excited person. It comes to the most consistent person. You don't have to be the fastest, the smartest, or the strongest. You just have to be the one who refuses to stop showing up. Discipline is what makes you practice when everyone else goes home. It's what keeps you studying when your friends are out having fun. It's what drives you to do one more rep, make one more call, or take one more step when your body screams to quit. And the beauty of discipline is that it compounds. Every day you stay committed, you're building momentum, confidence, and habits that will carry you closer to victory. Discipline also means sacrifice. You can't have success and comfort at the same time. You can't expect to win big if you're not willing to give up what's holding you back. That might mean cutting out negative influences, changing your environment, or saying no to short-term pleasure for long-term growth. Winners understand this. They know that every no to distraction is a yes to destiny. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Because when the results start showing, when the progress becomes visible, you realize every ounce of discipline was building you into the person capable of holding success. There will be days when you don't want to do it. When everything inside you says, take a break. You've done enough. But discipline doesn't listen to excuses. It listens to goals. It reminds you why you started. It whispers, keep going. When the world says stop, that's the voice you have to feed. That's the fire you have to protect, because your future depends on what you do daily, not occasionally. If you stay disciplined long enough, results become inevitable. You won't have to chase success. It will start chasing you. And understand, this discipline doesn't mean perfection. You will slip, you will fall, you will make mistakes. But the disciplined person gets back up every single time. They don't dwell on failure. They learn from it. They don't waste time feeling sorry for themselves. They adjust and continue. That's what discipline looks like in real life. Not flawless execution, but relentless persistence. At some point, life will test your commitment. The distractions will grow louder. The temptations will get stronger. The easy road will look more appealing. But remember, the easy road never leads to greatness. Every time you take the hard road, every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're proving to yourself that you're built for more. You're building mental toughness, emotional strength, and a reputation with yourself that says, I can be trusted to do what I say I'll do. That's the power of discipline. It builds character, and character creates destiny. When you live with discipline, you no longer rely on luck or chance. You create your own results. You become the kind of person who can't be stopped, because no matter how hard it gets, you'll keep showing up, keep grinding, keep believing. In the end, discipline is what transforms ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. It's the bridge between goals and greatness, between dreams and reality. So if you want to win, don't wait for the perfect moment. Be disciplined now, stay consistent, and let your actions speak louder than your excuses. Every champion you admire has one thing in common. They turn their pain into power. Life will always test you. It will break you down, challenge your limits, and throw storms your way that you never saw coming. But those moments of pain aren't there to destroy you. They're there to develop you. Every tear, every setback, every disappointment is shaping something inside you. Strength, character, endurance, resilience. The problem is most people run from pain. They hide from it, complain about it, or use it as an excuse to stop. But winners, they face it head on. They understand that pain is not the enemy. It's the teacher. And if you learn how to listen to what your pain is trying to teach you, it will give you power that can't be taken away. When life hurts, it's easy to ask, why me? But the question you should ask is, what is this trying to prepare me for? Because pain has a purpose. It's not random. Every struggle you face is building a version of you that can handle the blessings and responsibilities that come later. You can't reach your full potential without going through pressure. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Muscles grow under resistance. Trees grow their deepest roots in storms. So why do you think your growth would be any different? Your pain is preparing you for your purpose, but only if you let it. There's a moment in every person's life when giving up seems easier than pressing on. When your dreams feel too far away, when you failed too many times, When you're tired of fighting battles nobody sees. That's the breaking point and also the turning point. Because in that exact moment, when you choose to push through instead of giving up, that's when your strength is born. That's when pain starts to transform into power. Every time you rise from something that should have broken you, you become stronger, wiser, tougher. You begin to realize that pain doesn't last forever, but the lessons it gives you do. Look at the people who inspire the world. Most of them didn't start with comfort or success. They came from struggle, from failure, from rejection, from heartbreak. What makes them different is that they didn't let their pain define them. They used it as fuel. They said, I may be hurting, but I'm still moving. I may be bleeding, but I'm still believing. That's the mindset of a winner. Because once you realize your pain is actually shaping you for greatness, you stop running from it and start running through it. Turning pain into power doesn't mean you ignore how much it hurts. It means you embrace the process and trust that the pain is temporary, but the growth is permanent. The gym hurts, but it builds strength. Discipline hurts, but it builds freedom. Failure hurts, but it builds wisdom. Every painful experience is adding something valuable to your character. Patience, humility, courage, self-control, determination. And these are the qualities you'll need when success finally arrives. Pain is the down payment for strength. You cannot get one without the other. Sometimes pain is the only thing that wakes us up. It pushes us out of comfort zones we were never meant to stay in. It forces us to change, to grow, to evolve. Without pain, we would settle. We would stay small. So when life hits hard, instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Try saying, this is happening for me. Because somewhere in that pain is a lesson, a message, a gift that will make you unstoppable if you refuse to quit. There's power in pain because it reveals who you really are. When everything is easy, anyone can smile. Anyone can stay positive. But when everything falls apart, that's when your true strength shows up. That's when you find out how bad you really want it. That's when you find out if your dreams are worth the fight. Pain exposes weakness, but it also reveals potential. It breaks down what's fake and leaves behind what's real. You have to make a choice. Will you let your pain make you bitter, or will you let it make you better? The difference is your mindset. Bitter people relive the pain over and over again, but never move forward. Better people use the pain as a stepping stone to become stronger. They channel that energy into something productive. They work harder. They focus sharper. They love deeper. They turn what was meant to break them into the very reason they rise. Every time you endure pain and refuse to give up, you're proving that you're stronger than what tried to stop you. You're showing the world that your spirit can't be defeated. And that's what makes pain powerful. It refines you. It builds a version of you that can handle success because you've already handled the struggle. It gives you empathy for others and gratitude for life. It humbles you and hardens you at the same time. So when life gets tough, don't pray for it to be easier. Pray for the strength to rise through it. Don't curse your pain. Thank it for the lesson, because one day you'll look back and realize every painful chapter was leading you exactly where you needed to be. Pain didn't destroy you. It developed you. And that's the real victory, taking what hurt you and using it to power your comeback. That's what winners do. They don't just survive the pain. They transform it into power. And through that, they rise to greatness. Refusing to quit is the heartbeat of every winner. It's easy to be motivated when things are going right, when the plan is working, and when people are cheering for you. But the true test of greatness comes when everything goes wrong, when doors close, when no one believes in you, and you're standing all alone with nothing but a dream in your heart. That's when you find out who you really are. Most people give up not because they lack talent, but because they lack endurance. They quit too soon. They stop digging just inches away from gold. But winners, real winners, they refuse to quit. They may bend, but they don't break. They may fall, but they don't stay down. They understand that quitting guarantees failure, but persistence keeps the door to success open. You have to decide that no matter what happens, you're not giving up, because there will always be reasons to stop: pain, fatigue, disappointment, rejection. But there must be one powerful reason to keep going, and that reason has to be bigger than the struggle. You've got to wake up every day and remind yourself, I didn't come this far to stop now. The world doesn't reward people who start strong. It rewards those who finish strong. It's about endurance, not just enthusiasm. When life gets hard, and you have to dig deep and find that inner fire that says, I can't quit now. I've worked too hard, sacrificed too much, and dreamed too long to walk away. Every great story of success is filled with moments of failure and frustration. The difference is that the people who win kept moving forward even when it felt pointless. Think about it. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Oprah was told she wasn't fit for television, but they all had one thing in common. They refused to quit. They didn't let failure define them. They used it to refine them. Every no they heard became motivation to find the next yes. Every setback became fuel for their comeback. Quitting feels comfortable in the moment, but it brings lifelong regret. You might think stopping now will relieve the pressure, but deep down, you'll always wonder what could have been if you had just held on a little longer. Pain is temporary, but quitting makes it permanent. You have to understand that the path to greatness isn't straight. It's full of twists, turns, obstacles, and challenges. But if you refuse to quit, eventually the same road that tried to break you will lead you to victory. Because persistence always wins. Time rewards consistency. Life honors resilience. Refusing to quit doesn't mean you'll never feel tired or discouraged. It means that even when you feel those things, you don't let them control you. You keep moving one step at a time. Winners aren't stronger than everyone else. They just last longer. They outlast their problems, outlast their pain, outlast their critics. While others stop because it's hard, they keep going until it's done. And what's powerful is that every time you push through something that made you want to quit, you become stronger, more confident, and more capable of handling the next challenge. There will be days when everything in you screams to give up, when progress feels invisible, when the results don't match the effort, when you're fighting battles nobody knows about. Those are the moments that define you. You don't need to move mountains in one day. Just take one more step. Just keep going. Progress might be slow, but quitting guarantees you'll never get there. The secret is to stay in the game long enough for things to turn around, because they always do, not for the fastest or the most talented, but for the most relentless. You have to remember why you started. Go back to that vision that set your soul on fire. Remind yourself of the sacrifices you've already made. The nights you didn't sleep, the effort you've already invested. You owe it to yourself not to quit now. Because what if your breakthrough is just one more try away? What if the next door you knock on is the one that opens? You'll never know if you stop too soon. Every step you take, every ounce of effort, every refusal to quit is bringing you closer to the win that's waiting for you. Refusing to quit is also about faith, believing that even when you can't see the finish line, it's still there. You might not see results yet, but that doesn't mean the process isn't working. Growth happens in silence. Seeds grow underground long before they break through the soil. Your time will come, but only if you stay committed long enough to see it. The dream is only over when you decide it's over. So when life pushes you to your limits, push back. When it knocks you down, get back up. When it whispers, you can't, shout back, watch me. The road to success is never easy, but it's always worth it. Because once you reach the top and look back at everything you've overcome, you'll realize that every moment of pain, every obstacle, every sleepless night was building something in you. The heart of a champion. You'll see that the only reason you made it was because you refused to quit when quitting was the easiest option. And that's what separates winners from the rest. Not talent, not luck, not timing, but the unshakable decision to keep going no matter what. Focus is the compass that keeps you moving toward your purpose when everything around you is fighting for your attention. In a world full of noise, distractions, and endless choices, the ability to stay locked in on your mission is a rare and powerful skill. Most people fail not because they don't have goals, but because they keep losing sight of them. They start strong but get distracted by things that don't matter. People's opinions, temporary pleasures, or the comfort of staying the same. Winners, on the other hand, know that focus is everything. They don't chase every opportunity. They protect their energy for the things that truly matter. They understand that you can't build an empire if your attention is divided. You can't reach your destiny if your focus keeps drifting toward distractions. Every single day, the world will try to pull you away from your mission. You'll be tempted by shortcuts, discouraged by delays, and drained by negativity. But focus means deciding what deserves your attention and what doesn't. It's about saying no to things that look good, but don't move you forward. It's realizing that not everything that's urgent is important, and not everything that's popular is purposeful. The greatest trap for dreamers isn't failure. It's distraction. You can survive failure and come back stronger. But once you lose focus, you start drifting without even realizing it. That's how people wake up one day wondering how they lost their fire. When you have a clear mission, focus becomes your shield. You stop wasting time comparing yourself to others because you're too busy chasing your own purpose. You stop doubting yourself because you know where you're going. Focus keeps you steady when life gets chaotic. It helps you block out the noise and listen to your inner voice, the one that reminds you why you started, the one that whispers, keep going, you're closer than you think. When your focus is locked on your mission, distractions lose their power. People can talk, opportunities can come and go, but your eyes remain fixed on the goal. Focus also requires discipline and sacrifice. You can't say yes to everything and expect to go far. You have to make hard choices. You have to cut out the habits, environments, and people that keep you off track. It's not easy, but it's necessary. Success demands a level of obsession, a laser focus that others might not understand. While they're scrolling, you're studying. While they're sleeping, you're grinding. While they're distracted, you're getting better. That's what it means to focus on the mission. You become so consumed with your purpose that there's no room for anything less. Every distraction comes disguised as something harmless, a little break, a small detour, temporary comfort. But those small breaks often become bad habits, and those bad habits eventually steal your progress. Focus means catching yourself when you start slipping. It means recognizing when your energy is being drained by things that don't serve your growth. It's asking yourself, does this move me closer to my goal or further away? If it doesn't align with your mission, it doesn't deserve your attention. The power of focus lies in the ability to simplify your life, to strip away everything that doesn't help you win. You can't control everything that happens around you, but you can control what you give your attention to. Focus gives you power because it directs your energy. Whatever you focus on grows. Your problems, your goals, your fears, your faith. If you focus on your pain, it will feel bigger. But if you focus on your purpose, your strength will grow. That's why you must protect your focus like your life depends on it. Because it does. The moment you lose focus, you start drifting toward things that steal your time, your confidence, and your future. Sometimes focus means walking alone. It means distancing yourself from people who don't share your vision. It means spending nights in silence while others are out having fun. It means doing what others won't so you can live how others can't. Winners aren't afraid of being alone because they understand that solitude sharpens focus. When you're alone with your thoughts, you gain clarity. You reconnect with your vision. You remind yourself that your mission matters more than temporary pleasure or validation. Focus doesn't mean you'll never get distracted. It means you'll notice when you do and bring yourself back. It's about constantly refocusing, realigning, and reminding yourself why you're here. You have to build mental toughness to stay focused when the results are slow, when people doubt you, and when life throws obstacles your way. Because focus isn't just about what you look at. It's about what you see. Anyone can look at a dream, but only a focused person can see it through. Every time you choose focus over distraction, you're taking one step closer to your purpose. You're building momentum, sharpening your mind, and preparing yourself for success. You'll realize that focus isn't just a habit. It's a lifestyle. It's how winners think, move, and live. They don't waste time chasing everything that glitters. They stay locked in until the mission is complete. So stay focused. Don't let the noise of the world drown out the voice of your purpose. Your mission is too important to be paused for distractions. Your dream is too valuable to be delayed by doubt. Keep your eyes forward, your energy pure, and your heart locked on the vision. Because when your focus is unshackable, your future becomes unstoppable. Faith is the fuel that keeps you moving when everything around you says stop. It's the quiet voice inside that says, keep believing, even when there's no visible reason to. Faith is what separates the ones who make it from the ones who don't, because life will always test you. It will always push you to the edge. And when you get there, it's faith that gives you the courage to take one more step. You can have all the talent, discipline, and focus in the world, but without faith, you'll give up the moment things stop going your way. Faith is the foundation of every great victory because it gives you the strength to fight battles you can't yet see the end of. There will be moments when your dream looks impossible, when the people you counted on walk away, when doors close in your face and nothing seems to work. Those are the moments that define you. Anyone can believe when things are easy, but true faith shows up in the dark, when you're tired, when you're confused, when the plan isn't making sense. That's when you have to dig deep and remind yourself that everything happens for a reason, even if you can't see it yet. Faith is trusting the process when the process is painful. It's believing that the struggle is shaping you, not breaking you. When you live with faith, you stop letting fear make your decisions. Fear says, what if it doesn't work? Faith says, what if it does? Fear focuses on the obstacles. Faith focuses on the outcome. Fear looks at how far you have to go. Faith reminds you how far you've already come. Faith doesn't ignore reality. It simply believes in something greater than reality. It's choosing to see beyond what's in front of you and trusting that the best is yet to come. That kind of faith gives you peace in chaos and strength in weakness. It gives you the courage to keep showing up even when the odds are stacked against you. Faith is what turns doubt into determination. It's what helps you wake up every morning saying, I don't know how, but I know I will. It gives you a reason to keep going when logic says quit. Because let's be real, if everything in life made sense, if every path was clear, if every plan worked out perfectly, you wouldn't need faith. Faith is built in the unknown, in the moments you can't control. It's in those seasons of uncertainty that you discover how powerful belief really is. When you stop relying solely on what you can see and start trusting what you feel in your spirit, that's when breakthroughs begin to happen. Winners know that faith isn't about waiting. It's about working while you wait. It's taking action with confidence that the results will come in due time. Faith without effort is empty hope, but faith combined with hustle is unstoppable. You don't need to see the whole staircase to take the first step. You just need to trust that each step will appear as you move. That's the beauty of faith. It's not about having proof. It's about having the belief that what's meant for you won't miss you. Sometimes life will test your faith so hard that you'll question everything, your purpose, your plan, your worth. You'll pray, you'll work, you'll do everything right, and still things won't seem to move. But that's when you must remember, delay is not denial. Faith teaches patience. It reminds you that just because it's not happening on your timeline doesn't mean it's not happening at all. Every setback is setting something up. Every closed door is redirecting you to something better. Faith is trusting that the timing will make sense later, even if it feels unfair now. Faith also gives you resilience. When you believe deep down that your purpose is bigger than your pain, you stop letting temporary problems defeat you. You begin to see failure as feedback, not finality. You understand that every no is guiding you toward a greater wise. You learn to keep your head up when life tries to break you down. Because faith doesn't promise that the storm won't come. It promises that you'll have the strength to get through it. It's not always easy to keep faith alive. There will be nights when doubt whispers louder than hope. There will be moments when everything in you wants to give up. But faith is a decision, not a feeling. It's something you choose every day, even when you don't feel it. It's saying, I still believe after failure, after heartbreak, after loss. It's refusing to let what went wrong make you forget what's still possible. And here's the truth. Faith is contagious. When you walk in faith, you inspire others to believe too. Your courage becomes a light for those lost in their darkness. Your persistence becomes a testimony that says, if I can get through this, so can you. That's why faith is powerful. It doesn't just transform your life. It transforms everyone who witnesses your journey. So when life knocks you down, don't lose faith. When the dream takes longer than you expected, don't lose faith. When you can't see the finish line, don't lose faith. Keep believing, keep working, and keep trusting that everything you're going through is leading you somewhere greater. Because faith will take you places that fear never could. It will carry you through the pain, through the setbacks, and through the unknown, straight into victory. The truth is simple. As long as you have faith, you're never really defeated. You're just being prepared for the win that's already written for you.